Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome back to Season 2 of Luminous Clan in ClanGen, the Warrior Cats clan generator game. When we left off in the previous episode, we had a snake bite. Plume Stripe, our beautiful Plume Stripe, was down because he got bitten by a snake, but he miraculously survived. I have never had a snake bite in the game, so I'm not entirely sure if this is something that is gonna result in a death. I have no clue. It sounds scary and severe, but we'll have to see how that works out. I'm kind of hoping that the miraculously survived means that he isn't gonna die. He's just gonna stay wounded, maybe scarred afterwards, because I love Plume Stripe. He is my favorite cat. And then of course we had a rising apprentice in Stonepaw, who is our insecure little adolescent amongst her siblings and her batch, but she has been doing very well, and I feel like that is in part because of Ratfur, who is an amazing mentor for insecure little cats, but also because her really aggressive siblings, Burrowpaw and Rowanpaw, are down and they can't really do anything to get experience. I think Rowanpaw with the broken back, he actually, like, his learning is completely stagnant. Like, he is unable to do anything, obviously. But Burrowpaw, who's got a claw wound that could result in death, like, that is dangerous. She keeps running off from the medicine den, not listening to others, and somehow getting experience. So that is very, very funny. But okay, we are going to continue with events, time skip, and see what our cats get up to. Okay, we have birth and death notices. Let's see. Luminous Clan does not have enough healthy medicine cats. Cats will be sick/hurt for longer and have a higher chance of dying. Okay. With the heightened focus of the clan, 18 additional pieces of prey were gathered. So let's go ahead. Oh wait, no. At the gathering, Lystar praises Whimsy Clan's leader for how sharp Whimsy Clan's warriors' claws are, be it for hunting or fighting. Whimsy Clan's leader is all the more pleased to hear that from a leader like Lystar. Okay. We'll go and praise Lie Clan. The rat bite Bubbling Gill had has gotten healed. Good. Oh my goodness. No! Plume Stripe died from a snake bite? Oh no. No. Guys, I'm gutted. Plume Stripe was my favorite cat. He was my favorite cat, and he died. Oh my goodness, and he was so close. Guys, we were so close to getting him to have kids. He had only just been paired up, like what, 2 moons ago? Something like that. A couple moons ago is when he got paired up. Oh my goodness. I'm so sad. I am so sad. He was supposed to have kids, he was supposed to have a family, he was supposed to have, like, a really loving relationship with his mate after a lifetime of loneliness, and he died. He misses out on all of that? I'm so sad. I am so sad. I was not ready for that. I was not, let me tell you. Burrowpaw's claw wound has healed. Okay, thank goodness, but they'll always carry evidence of the incident on their pelt. Bubbling Gill spends, Plume Stripe's vigil pretending to look sad while daydreaming about life free of that fox heart. Okay, I mean, I'm pretty sure we checked in the previous episode, or we talked about this, but Bubbling Gill and his new mate Slopefleck, they actually both hate Plume Stripe. So I guess it makes sense that Bubbling Gill would not be mourning Plume Stripe. Oh, that makes me so upset, though. That makes me so upset. Pretending to look sad. How could you? I started off reading that in a completely different tone because I thought it was going somewhere else. Because I completely, like, skimmed over the pretending. I thought Bubbling Gill was gonna look sad or be sad, but no. Or, like, it was gonna be something like he pretends like he's okay. But no. He's daydreaming about life free of Plume Stripe. Bubbling Gill, if I needed evidence that you are no longer the kind-hearted cat that we knew in the very beginning of Luminous Clan, it is this. It is this. Slumber Roach fusses gently with Plume Stripe's fur, hiding the evidence of what killed him. He wants to remember him as he was in his life, not like this. He only retires to his nest when concerned clanmates usher him there. Tremors rack through his body as he dwells on how Plumestripe won't see another morning. Oh, it's so sad. And I mean, Slumberroach is the medicine cat, so I can see how he would take this really hard, because Slumberroach is also new to his position. So I feel like he would feel responsible for the death of such a brilliant young warrior like Plumestripe. Plumestripe really wasn't that great, but it's amazing how many cats want to ignore that now he's dead, and Slowflake isn't interested in hearing it. Slowflake? Slowflake, I'm so tempted to take you in Bubbling Gill and just like throw you out of the camp. Oh my goodness, how could you talk like this? You're making me mad. Oh, Reed Daisy wails when she sees the body of Plumestripe, still and cold in the clearing. She sits vigil that night as grief fills her heart. Cats offer her comfort and care. She refuses all of it. And Reed Daisy, who was actually Plumestripe's one and only friend before he was mated to Ratfur. And I think him and Ratfur, they'd only been together for like 2-3 moons. But Reed Daisy, guys. Reed Daisy, she was Plumestripe's first ever friend. And even that was in this season. It was in season 2. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. She was, if there's going to be one cat who is going to appreciate Plumestripe, it is going to be Reed Daisy. I mean, Plumestripe, he actually only has one, this is so depressing. Plumestripe only has one living family member. He only has a nephew in Buttercup Dusk, and that's it. Oh my goodness, that is so tragic. The past moon, Plumestripe has taken their place in StarClan. Luminous Clan mourns their loss, and their clanmates will miss the spot they took up in their lives. Moments of their life are shared in stories around the circle of mourners as those that were closest to them take them to their final resting place. Oh my goodness, our clan is shrinking, guys. Our clan is shrinking. Yeah, Slumberroach, he's gonna be out of it for patrol in mourning. Reed Daisy is grieving. Rowan Poe has a broken back. It is crazy how in the last couple of episodes we've gone from having like such a huge clan, or a clan of 25 to a clan of 16. That is a huge hit. Oh, that's like what, 9 cats we've lost just like that? Okay, but where's Plumestripe? Plumestripe! Oh, wants to comfort a clanmate who is grieving over him. I mean, Plumestripe, he had, let's see, his sister, Poppyheart, who has been dead for 26 moons. And then they had another sister, Brightpaw, over here, who passed away at 6 moons old. She had actually a very, very depressing end. I'm pretty sure, if I'm remembering correctly, she dragged herself to her siblings' apprentice ceremonies, and she saw their ceremonies, and then she died, like, straight afterwards. But anyways, Plumestripe, who was, I feel like, the prettiest of his siblings, and my favorite, he finally passed away. And Poppyheart, I just want to quickly go through her family tree. Okay, so this is... Yeah, Buttercup Dusk is Poppyheart's son. That's right. So Buttercup Dusk, yeah. He is, like I said, Plumestripe's nephew and the last surviving member of that particular family. He's the last one, actually. We were thinking that, Plumestripe is around, so the prophetic bloodline from the first prophet is going to pass on from Plumestripe and it'll be fine. But that is no longer the case. Essentially, where things stand, if I am not mistaken, guys, I think Buttercup Dusk is now the only cat who carries the first and third prophetic bloodline. Let me just skim through and... you know what? I'll check this when we come back to the cat list. We'll talk about this and I'll check this when we come back to the cat list, because I want to check up on that. But I think that Buttercup Dusk is now the only cat that carries that. No one else carries that. Everyone else, I'm pretty sure, carries the second prophetic bloodline from Nectar Rock. Oh, wow. Okay, let's check out the medicine cat den. Bubbling Gale was given wild garlic as treatment for rat bite. His rat bite got healed. Plume Stripe was given ragwort as treatment for snake bite. Rosemary was used for Plume Stripe's body. He died from the snake bite. Reed Daisy was given thyme as treatment for grief-stricken. Burrowpaw was given ragwort as treatment for claw wound. His claw wound healed. Rowanpaw was given ragwort as treatment for broken back. They'll be less likely to die. Okay. And actually, Burrowpaw apparently has a mark on his pelt. The claw wound. I wonder, is it over here, like where the belly is? Down by his belly, like his side. Down by his side. Interesting. Okay. Let us continue with relationships, guys, and see if we can figure out a timeline for Plume Stripe before he died. Okay. The clan can't believe the things Bubbling Gale and Ratfur say to one another. Bubbling Gale, wanting to help keep his clanmates in shape, got them up for stretches and they went happy. And Plume Stripe was woken up for stretches too. Bubbling Gale and Reed Daisy enjoy the rain together. Dark Pounce thinks Buttercup Dusk has been acting stuck up and rude. Dark Pounce, Gracewipe, and Bubbling Gale took a sunbath and had a little small talk. Dark Pounce feels betrayed by something Reed Daisy said. Lystar listens to Rowanpaw's big plans for the day. Lystar saw Burrowpaw being considerate. Slumberroach got tricked into doing one of Reed Daisy's chores. Slumberroach acknowledges Cloudpaw with a twitch of his whiskers. Gracewipe thinks very often about Shadowpaw. Gracewipe warns Buttercup Dusk about something on the ground so Buttercup Dusk doesn't trip. Slowfleck asks Stonepaw about a certain rule of the warrior code that he forgot. Slowfleck gets excellent advice from Cloudpaw about something he had been worrying about. Plumraven can't believe how talented Cloudpaw is. Ratfur and Slowfleck always have something to share with each other. Crocus Fate thought Lystar was very polite today. Reed Daisy learns that Cloudpaw is scared of thunder too. Buttercup Dusk is frustrated with Bubbling Gale but hears him crying alone and immediately feels guilty. Well, I don't feel too bad about Bubbling Gale because he and his mate Slopefleck are flippin' celebrating Plume Stripe's death. Stonepaw thinks clanmates talk more highly of Gracewipe than her. Burrowpaw is playing with Rowanpaw and learned a fun new battle move from him. I'm assuming they discussed this battle plan because Rowanpaw is in no position to actually see it through. Rowanpaw and Stonepaw make fun of one another, but it sounds more like insults than playful banter. I feel like over this, maybe Stonepaw came to visit her brother, and then Rowanpaw, seeing how much progress Stonepaw is making, given that she was at the bottom of the pile, got a little bit jealous and defensive and started saying some mean things, and then Stonepaw started saying mean things, and yeah, I think that's what ended up happening over here. Okay, Lystar told all of Cloudpaw's friends something embarrassing about her. Shadowpaw notices Burrowpaw doing something generous. Bubbling Gale spends Plume Stripe's vigil pretending to look sad. Yep. Okay, so it seems as though the only thing that we can figure out for Plume Stripe was literally that Plume Stripe did some stretches over here. Bubbling Gale, wanting to help keep his clanmates in shape and ready for anything, woke Plume Stripe, Plumraven, Stonepaw, and Reed Daisy up for early morning stretches. You know what? It's a negative event, and Bubbling Gale was actually celebrating the death of Plume Stripe. Plume Stripe, having been bitten by a snake, I imagine would not have been able to do much, move very much, especially if it was a venomous bite that was kind of taking over his body. And I feel like Bubbling Gale deliberately went into the medicine cat den, got Plume Stripe up, and was just trying to make him more miserable by forcing Plume Stripe to, do some stretches with some of the other cats. I think Bubbling Gale was just taunting Plume Stripe. And unfortunately, the stretches that he was doing, or the stretches that were being done, I think would have helped the venom move around his body faster. Which makes me so sad and so upset. But I think that's what was happening. I think Bubbling Gale was antagonizing Plume Stripe and kind of taking joy in his misery. I'm so cheesed off at Plume Stripe and Bubbling Gale, guys. but it seems as though that's all we have for events. So I'm going to cut the recording here and we are going to catch up at the cat list. Okay guys, it is time for us to take a look at the cat list. So, in terms of loyalties, everything is still the same. Eliasta only has 3 loyalists in Slopefleck, Crocus Fade, and Reed Daisy. Now, we have to talk about Bloodlines and Buttercup Dusk, like I was going on about beforehand, because Buttercup Dusk is the only cat remaining that has a bloodline from the 1st and 3rd prophet. Every other cat that we have of prophetic bloodline only has it from the 2nd prophet. So this is kind of spooky. This is kind of scary. We definitely want those bloodlines to continue if possible, right? I mean, even if Buttercup Dusk died, jeez, hope not, but even if he died, let's say, Luminous Clan will still exist because we still have prophetic bloodline from the 2nd prophet. It doesn't matter which prophetic bloodline the cats have, as long as one exists, the clan exists. But still, I would like to have all the bloodlines continue in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, Buttercup Dusk is the only one, and I wanted to go and do a quick check because I have the notes written over here. So you'll see over here, Plum Raven, 2nd prophetic bloodline, 2nd prophet, no prophetic bloodline, no prophetic bloodline, 1st and 3rd prophet, and then we have just a whole bunch of 2nd prophets if you look at the notes here. So that's what's kind of happening with us. Now, Ratfur was paired up with Plumestripe. Ratfur, who has 2nd prophetic bloodline, was paired up with Plumestripe, who had 1st prophetic bloodline. And the idea was that they would have a double prophetic bloodline from the 1st and 2nd prophet, but now that is not possible. And then Lifestyle, we're having this gap in the clan in terms of population. We've suddenly kind of reduced so much. Like I said, I think we've had 9 cats die within this season alone. So Lyastar definitely wants to permit another litter, and that already was the focus before, but even more so now. And given that our cats, only breed once, there is only 1 cat left for us right now to breed. That is Buttercup Dusk. And I don't mean the 1 cat left. I mean right now, he is the only male we have that we can breed. But also, Buttercup Dusk, like I said, is the only one that has the 1st and 3rd lines, which we want to continue. So it is very important that we breed Buttercup Dusk. And Lyastar, he kind of feels the same. He feels as though Buttercup Dusk needs to be the one now, very desperately, to have that next litter. Now here comes the problem. Buttercup Dusk is mated to Crocus Fade, and they are very much, I'm pretty sure, in love with one another. Can I check real quick? Crocus Fade. Okay, Crocus Fade, she really, really likes Buttercup Dusk, but she's not in love with Buttercup Dusk. However, Buttercup Dusk is in love with her. Now he would not want to break up with her. He would want to have kids with her. But out of the females we have available, guys, right now we only have 3 females available that he can mate with: Ratfur, Crocus Fade, and Reed Daisy. Now, Crocus Fade, his mate, and his sister Reed Daisy have no prophetic bloodline. They've got no prophetic bloodline. Whereas Ratfur, who was mated to Plumestripe and has recently lost her mate, she has the 2nd prophetic bloodline. So if Ratfur were to breed with Buttercup Dusk, their children would have a triple prophetic bloodline, our first triple prophetic bloodline. And Lyastar, he's kind of, making the connections in his head, and he's feeling as though the clan is at a position right now where they really need something like a triple prophetic bloodline. So Lyastar is actually going to order the breakup of Crocus Fade and Buttercup Dusk. I'm so sorry. But he's going to go ahead and do this because he wants Ratfur to be paired up with Buttercup Dusk. Now, they have a they're not very compatible. Ratfa is adventurous, Buttercup Dusk is playful, and they are not compatible with each other, but this is what Lyastar wants, and this is what Lyastar is gonna do. Time will tell whether or not Ratfa and Buttercup Dusk are even gonna be okay with this. I feel like it would be very hard for both of them, because Ratfa was getting along well with Plumestripe, and Buttercup Dusk is still in love with Crocus Fade. But this is what the clan needs right now. This is what the clan needs. So Bubbling Gale is going to be ordered to mediate between the two of them. So we have platonic like, respect, romantic interest increased, dislike decreased, jealousy decreased. So okay, this is what we have planned for now. But okay guys, let us go through what everyone is doing for the day. And Burrowpaw, he's gonna be back to patrols from now on, or you know, for this moon at least, so which is good. Lyastar is debating swimming to cool down. Slopefleck is on a walk out in the territory. Slumberroach is spending a considerable amount of time grooming, and he is grieving. Bubbling Gale pulls Cloudpaw aside and starts grooming her despite her protests. Gracewipe takes a pot of Plumestripe's nest to put with her own, clinging to the fading scent. Oh, Gracewipe. She was actually a mentor. Plumestripe. Okay, there we go. Plumestripe was actually her first apprentice. Her first ever apprentice was Plumestripe. So that is really interesting. Yeah, obviously she would have kind of held him dear, even if they didn't spend too much time together, even if they never really became friends. He still would have had a, you know, special place in her heart because he was her very first apprentice. And, you know, how she figured out that she was actually really good at this mentoring thing. And then Plumraven was her apprentice afterwards. Plumraven sharpens her claws. Ratfur wants to go hunt. Crocus Fade is wondering if kitty pet life is really so bad. I think Crocus Fade, looking at, you know, her relationship with Buttercup Dusk beforehand, how he was in love with her but she wasn't yet, I think Crocus Fade would understand, especially because she's loyal to her father as well. I think she would understand where the clan is at, what the clan needs, and I think she wouldn't have a problem putting the needs of the clan above her own and breaking up with Buttercup Dusk. And I think she would even try and convince Buttercup Dusk that this is the right thing to do. This is what the clan needs from you. Reed Daisy helps out around camp in between her duties. Buttercup Dusk is giving some advice to Slopefleck. Stonepaw plays a prank on Gracewipe. Burrowpaw is feeling lazy. Rowanpaw found a wonderful napping spot outside camp. Cloudpaw is finding Ratfur annoying. Shadowpaw deeply apologizes for a mistake she's made and tries to fix it. Okay, Shadowpaw, who was mentor to Plumestripe as well, now her mentor is Slopefleck. So she has been reassigned to the deputy. Okay, that's interesting. And I don't know if Slopefleck has ever mentored anyone. I don't think he has. Dark Pounce is feeling rather chipper today. I don't think Slopefleck, yeah, this is his first ever apprentice. He has never mentored anyone. So that's kind of intriguing. That's intriguing that Shadowpaw is going to be the first cat that he mentors. I mean, and he's picking up kind of halfway through her training. But also, you know, even though he's never taken a cat under his wing, Slopefleck has been around for a long time. And I mean, he's worked through the political ranks. He's a deputy now. He has a ton of experience. So we'll see how that pans out. In terms of the experience for the youngsters, Stonepaw has 31. Burrowpaw has 14, but he's gonna get a chance, or she's gonna get a chance, sorry, to catch up, if only a little bit, because she can get back to patrols now. Rowanpaw has 13. Was this 14? Yeah, 14, 13. 22 on Cloudpaw, and 33 on Shadowpaw. Okay, 33 and 31. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, so it seems as though, guys, even though Plumestripe has passed on and now Shadowpaw has been transferred to Slopefleck, that's kind of been, if you think about it, a hit to her education because she's had to like readjust. Shadowpaw is currently best of the batch. I think Shadowpaw, especially because she's responsible, I think she would have, like, maybe Plumestripe would have seen that he was fading and he would have called Shadowpaw to him, and they would have had a very kind of sober and responsible discussion about where she was in her training and the steps she would have to take to continue on this path. And I'm sure Plumestripe, you know, spoke to Lyastar about this as well, and it was decided that Slopefleck was going to train her after Plumestripe, and because of that, I think Shadowpaw has been able to have a smooth transition so far. And so right now, she is best of her batch, and then Stonepaw is at second place. Then we have Cloudpaw, and then Burrowpaw, and Rowanpaw is still, like, right at the bottom. Darn. Wow. Okay. Well, that's very fascinating. Very, very fascinating. But let me cut the recording here, and we are going to continue with patrols. Okay, it is time for us to continue with patrols. So currently we have 307 prey, and we need 37, so we don't have to worry about any of that. Our medicine cat is not coming out with us because he is currently grieving. So let's go ahead and see what is going to happen here. We're going to have a patrol of 6 and a patrol of 5. And also Burrowpaw is now back with us. So let's go ahead and see what arrangements the cats have made this time around. Okay, so first up we have Burrowpaw, Stonepaw, and Cloudpaw. So Buttercup Dusk has decided that he's going to keep his apprentice really close to him, and then Grey Swipe has been kind of given the responsibility of supervising Burrowpaw and Stonepaw. Yeah, I mean, Reed Daisy is unavailable right now. She is grieving, and Grey Swipe's own apprentice has a broken back, so they kind of decided that she would help supervise Burrowpaw. And then Ratfur, I think, felt as though it would be a really good chance for Stonepaw to try and get a leg up on her sister Shadowpaw by, learning some things from Grey Swipe. And then we have Plum Raven, who has joined this particular patrol as well. So let's go ahead. The patrol comes across a large rat. Proceed. The patrol misses the rat, and their confidence is shaken. Okay, so I don't know how well that particular patrol went. And then we have Shadowpaw, Crocusfade, Ratfur, Slopefleck, and Lyastar. So Slopefleck, he wants to go on patrol with his first ever apprentice and see how things go there. And this is the first time he's going out on a patrol with her, and I don't think he wanted to risk sending her with anyone else. He feels as though she's been entrusted to him. But also, I wonder how Slopefleck feels about this whole thing. Because he and his mate Bubbling Gill, they both hated Plumestripe. Slopefleck not only hated Plumestripe, he resented Plumestripe. And I wonder how he would feel now suddenly having to continue the training of Plumestripe's apprentice. It's something to think about. But let's go ahead. Oh my goodness. As the patrol is marking the borderlines, a gang of rogues leaps out from behind a tumble of rocks. An ambush. Guys. The last time we had this, our entire patrol died. Our entire patrol died the last time we had this. It was the patrol with our 4 apprentices, 2 brothers and 2 sisters, Night Ember, and Fig Scratch. And Fig Scratch was the only one who made it out alive. Before that, I never knew this could be dangerous, but we've been through this. Okay, I'm gonna proceed for sure, but let's take a look. Our patrol skills. We have the clan leader with us, we have a deputy, we have the best of the batch right now in terms of apprentices. Crocus Fade, and then we have Ratfur, who is a young but an accomplished mentor. Our skills are hunting, running, clever, teaching, swimming, lore-keeping. Our patrol traits are confident, responsible, adventurous, and playful. I don't know. This could go either way, but let's proceed. And last time we had 6, We had 6 cats and only 1 made it out. We only have 5 this time around. Proceed. The rogues are terrifyingly coordinated and use the patrol's shock and confusion against them. The patrol cats are picked off one by one and only a couple manage to escape the slaughter. Ratfur died. Slopefleck died. Crocus Fade died. Oh my goodness. So basically only the clan leader Lystar survived and Shadowpaw survived. Oh, this is terrible. This is terrible. Guys, I can totally see like the deputy and the 2 younger cats. Oh my goodness, Crocus Fade was Lystar's daughter. Crocus Fade was Lystar's daughter. He has lost over the last couple of episodes, like the last couple of moons, Lystar has lost 2 of his children, and now only his favorite child, Reed Daisy, is alive. And that too because she was grieving and couldn't come out on patrols. Oh my goodness. So I can imagine Lystar's daughter, his deputy, and Ratfur, well, you know, his daughter and his deputy. I can imagine them putting their lives on the line to defend Lystar. And I can imagine Ratfur putting her life on the line to defend Shadowpaw. And these 3 died, but the apprentice and the leader just managed to break free of the chaos and get back to camp. I know Slopefleck was Shadowpaw's apprentice, Shadowpaw's mentor, but I feel like given he hated Plumestripe, I don't know how his relationship with Shadowpaw was, but given he hated Plumestripe, I feel like given a choice, he would choose to defend Lystar, because at the end of the day, he's also deputy, and that's more important. He is more like, I feel like cold-blooded almost, and, you know, more like politics-oriented. He would have chosen to defend Lystar. For Crocus Fade, it wouldn't even have been a question. She's loyal to her father. She would have defended her father. But for Ratfur, I think Ratfur would have hands down defended the apprentice. Okay. And that's what we have, guys. We just lost even more cats. I can't believe that. I feel like Buttercup Dusk would be absolutely gutted. I think he would be absolutely gutted because he not only lost the love of his life, Crocus Fade, who he was forced to break up with, he also lost the new mate that he was paired up with, Ratfur. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, obviously things can't kind of, like, it's still important that Buttercup Dusk passes on his genes, and the only other cat that he has available right now, which is still heartbreaking, is Lystar's remaining daughter, Reed Daisy, and the sister of the love of his life. So this is going to be a pairing that's made. Lystar's gonna make this pairing. So a childish Reed Daisy with a playful Buttercup Dusk. I feel so bad for Buttercup Dusk. This is like the third mate he's had. The second mate that he doesn't have really feelings for in that way, at least not yet. And it's the sister, it's the younger sister of the love of his life. But I can see Lystar like immediately coming back to camp, and you know, after everyone has gone through the shock of what's happened, everyone's trying to figure out what's going on. I can totally see when the cats are freaking out about their numbers, especially Lystar taking his daughter's hands or taking his daughter's paws and, you know, putting it on Buttercup Dusk's paws and saying that you guys need to be a thing. I don't think he would waste time. So yeah, Reed Daisy and Buttercup Dusk. The most unexpected couple and pairing. Like, even last episode, I did not see this. Plumestripe hadn't died yet. Reed Daisy, oh not Reed Daisy, but Ratfur hadn't died yet. Crocus Fade hadn't died yet. I did not even, my brain's just melting at this point. Okay, who are the new mentors? I'm wondering. Who are the new mentors and how the experience point's going? So Plum Raven is now mentoring Stonepaw. Okay, Plum Raven is mentoring Stonepaw, who was assigned to Ratfa beforehand. Burrowpaw is now being mentored by Reed Daisy. Burrowpaw, who was assigned to... Oh my goodness, this is not good. How can I not remember? I mean, we have Buttercup Dusk down here. We had Slope Fleck down here. Grey Swipe. Ratfa and... My brain won't work. Why won't my brain work? I can't remember. I cannot remember. Burrowpaw? Why can I not remember? This is terrible. This is terrible. Oh my goodness. Sorry guys, my brain's just... I don't know. I'm not remembering who Burrowpaw was assigned to. But now he's assigned to Reed Daisy. Was he always with Reed Daisy? He might know. No. He was with Reed Daisy, wasn't he? Yeah, because Reed Daisy couldn't go out today. So there wouldn't have been a change. Okay, sorry. My brain was... I was not thinking right. I just assumed because he went out on patrol that he went with his mentor, but no, he didn't. He didn't. His mentor is here. So the only ones who got reassigned would have been Stonepaw and Shadowpaw. Rowanpaw still has Grey Swipe. She's alive. But yeah, Stonepaw is now under Plum Raven, and Shadowpaw is under Lyrestar. Oh... Okay, so Shadowpaw is now being trained directly by the clan leader. Huh. I mean, she's at 10 moons. She's only going to have 1 more moon of being trained by Lyrestar. So we'll have to see how that goes. But Stonepaw has 33 experience. Burrowpaw has 16. Rowanpaw has 13. Cloudpaw has 24. And Shadowpaw has 35. Okay, Shadowpaw still has the most. Yeah, she still has the most experience, though. She's still the best of the batch. My goodness, after the harrowing experience she's been through, Shadowpaw is actually handling things very, very well. She's handling things very well to still be kind of the top of her batch. That is amazing. Top of the apprentices. And then obviously we have Stonepaw, and then Cloudpaw. Yeah, Cloudpaw, Burrowpaw, and Rowanpaw. Okay. Look at this, guys! Our Flippin' Star Clan list is gone onto the second page. Has moved onto the second page. Oh my goodness. We have had a crazy amount of deaths in this season. This season has been wild. Honestly. So we just recently had Ratfa, Crocus Fade, and Slope Fleck join the ranks of these deceased cats. Ay. Okay. Well, guys. It's so sad that a lot of these siblings are being reunited over here. Like, Midnight Spot is being reunited with his sister Ratfa. Crocus Fade is being reunited with her brother Fig Scratch. Like, this is depressing. This is very, very depressing. And then Falcon Russell got reunited with his sister Night Ember. Ay. Okay. Well, guys. With that said and done, I am going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, even though it was really sad. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.